Queer lit, no chill. Some crumbs of academia, mostly chaos. If queer lit is your love language, we're fluent. Heads up, babes, we're not here to tease. We spill everything. Listener discretion is strongly encouraged, but honestly, you knew that. Welcome to Cliterature the Podcast.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. We are here with Cass Morgan, author of the Soulmates Series. And if you listen to our last episode, we covered balancing act and had a lot of fun talking about that. And so we're excited to have Cass with us. Welcome.
Woo. We're so excited to have you.
Yeah, exciting. So we love the book and I think you loved the podcast episode, so thanks for that. We've been riding that high for a while, so we appreciate that. So I just want to get a little bit into, like, what was your inspiration for this series? What was your inspiration for Balancing Act, in particular? How did it come about?
Oh, that's such a good question. So we need to go back a few years in time. My wife and I had decided to kind of call our fertility journey, we put a pin in it and we're we're gonna focus on some other life dreams for a little bit. We were having a little bit of kind of struggle through it, and we're at a point where it's we could keep going or we could just kind of pivot for now, and we had just decided to pivot. We went on this vacation and kind of tucked ourselves away, and I pitched to my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna write a book. And she's like, you know how to write a book? I was like, no.
I know English is a language. Yeah.
Right. I was I'll figure it out. I have an undergraduate degree in writing, and I've always liked writing, and I just have not been in a place where I've had the time to sit down and write a book. And I don't know, I just got really inspired by the world of women's sports. To feed off of some conversations, I love women's sports and I love women who play sports. And I think as a kid who grew up playing sports and being closeted queer kid playing sports, I'm I feel a lot of people know that journey is the stereotype was still there that a lot of lesbians play sports, and especially I play soccer, and I'm oh, I'm just fitting right into that one there. Yeah. And I like the idea of the nuances of queer community building and the crossover in sports and how that all kind of plays together, and especially given gymnastics, which is the sport focused on Balancing Act, is it's an unexpected place for queerness, and I really love that we're seeing more representation in that sport currently with the current players in elite gymnastics. I think that's really cool, and I don't know, I was drawn to it, and I told my wife, I was we're gonna do it, we're gonna write this, and we workshopped it a lot. And I remember I read her the first 6 chapters, and I was so what do you think? And she was oh my god, it's actually good. I was actually.
Don't be surprised.
Thank you, question mark.
Yeah, it was so should I keep going? And she's absolutely keep going. So then it was write the book and just get it out. And my friend was now you just have to actually do the thing, and you actually have to put all the words down, and that in itself is also hard.
Yeah. I know turning over those first couple chapters for someone to read is one of the scariest things you could do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Also, turning over those first couple chapters, and then there's smut in there, and you're hi.
Hi, here you go.
I feel that even if you don't write it about yourself is somewhat telling a little bit. So yeah. It's definitely
real
scary.
Friends, so I was all right, guys, we are crossing this threshold. This is it. We are in it now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, the things that I've sent her to read. Yeah, yeah, for sure. So gymnastics, I loved that. Gymnastics is one of my favorite sports to watch on TV. And you said you played soccer. Do you have a gymnastics background at all, or how did you research that for the book?
So a little bit. I don't want to say I was a gymnast by any means, but I dabbled as a child. Yeah. And I had always really enjoyed it. I had just always done that and soccer, and those are kind of two competing sports when you think of the mobility requirements for them, where soccer players, your muscles are a little bit tighter, you spend a lot of time stretching, where flexibility is much more needed for gymnastics. So they just weren't going well, and they were you kind of got to pick one, kid, and I went with soccer. And I also got too tall for gymnastics because I ended up height is also an advantage there. So I was not poised well for it, but I love watching gymnastics. I think it's incredible what people can do with their bodies, and the precision of the sport, and just every little movement and calculation it's just so beautiful. It's like math but with art.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at math, but I like art.
That's a really good way to put it. It's like math with art. That's really good. Yeah. I like watching it. I think even just reading some of the scenes in the book, I was like, my heart would speed up a little bit. I would get nervous. I was like, oh gosh, don't fall. Don't fall. And you scared me a couple times with Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, no, don't do it.
Don't crush her dreams.
Don't do it to me, Cass.
No.
Yeah.
I would never do that. Just do that.
Yeah, I think it was great. I also, one of the things I thought was a little unique, I've never seen in another book, was the Sprinter van being in there.
That was cool.
That was really cool. I thought that was a really cool choice. A very minor thing, but it stuck out to me as something that I'd never seen before, so I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it like feels very West Coast, like Pacific Northwest to me, and like I am not an outdoorsy gay. Like I'm an indoor house cat. Like please don't put me outside. Like I want to look at nature through like National Geographic Channel and like. But like I don't know. I'm always like, man, if I was a more like nomadic outdoorsy person, I would totally do the van life thing, and I would totally use that as like a camper van. And I was like, sure. Jamie can do that. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Jamie can do anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, I feel like Jamie is very much like a runner for most of the book. So having
it makes sense that her
nomadic
house has
van
wheels.
that she can just like,
Maybe there's a connection.
you know, like she can just like go at the drop of a hat, like for real, and not have to worry about a roof over her head.
Yeah.
It's already there. I feel like that's
It's in character.
Yeah. We mentioned this in the episode, but we really appreciated that you did not make us wait for some spice.
Yes.
It was there coming out the gate.
loved it.
Great way to start the book. So bravo on that. We appreciate it.
Also, like solidified one of her like kinks that she didn't know she had about.
Someone told me afterwards, like one of my friends messaged me after he listened to the episode, and he was like, "Oh, you like the Grey's Anatomy trope?" And I was like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Apparently, I do.
Like where you hook up and then you think you're never going to see them again,
And then they're your boss.
there they are.
Boom, they're there.
Yeah. Oh no.
No, I'm a huge Grey's Anatomy fan. Like I grew up watching Grey's Anatomy, and that is where drama and romance formed in my head. Was like all those like, very episodic like TV series. Like I always loved them, and like there's just like how everything is so intertwined. Like, and you get like so many storylines out of them. And I was just yes. But no, I'm with you. Like I've always loved that trope too, and like, ooh, how are they gonna find out? And it's like, oh shit.
I knew I liked it. I just didn't know. I had never recognized it in myself until this book. So self-discovery. Side question: who is your favorite character on Grey's Anatomy, past or present, or both?
Okay, so I'm not caught up present, to be honest. I kind of got salty after all the lesbians left and after Arizona left, because Arizona was my favorite. I was like, absolutely ride or die for Arizona. I'm like, you were messy, but like I loved every minute of it.
We love a messy bitch.
We've established that.
My number one favorite was like Addison. She was amazing. Great awakening for me. It was like the first time she walks on to season 1, you're like, oh hi.
Wait, hey. Addison is Kate Walt.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously.
Give me. I think Addison was awakening for many people for many different things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I didn't even watch all of Grey's Anatomy, but I know who that is. Like, of course I know that.
The little moment where she steps on it and you're like, oh shit.
Awesome. Yeah. You're like, everything stopped for a second. Arizona, definitely number 1 for me. I will say I am caught up. Might be worth jumping ahead a little bit, just throwing that out there. I am a big Amelia Shepherd fan.
Yep.
So
I know like loosely some of the storylines that happen. I've come across a few TikToks, and then my wife ironically sent me a like TikTok the other day. She's like, maybe we should start watching again because this actually looks like it got better. And I was like, okay, cool.
It did. Yeah, I feel like it kind of dipped, but it's come back for me. My wife was really into it, so I had to speed watch like 19 seasons or something so, to catch up.
How were you emotionally after that? Like,
not well. I mean, I'm not emotionally well most days, but really not.
Layer that on top of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, it was rough. And then you had Lexi, the whole Lexi thing, which it was breaks my heart. So I digress. Sorry, you said Grey's Anatomy, and I was like Arizona. So
no, you're good. I got you anytime.
Yeah. I'm glad that was the like in your head for it. It was not an accidental thing. That makes me feel even better about it. I loved like all the characters. I think were fantastic, very well like fleshed out, full people. I will say, like somebody who came in like at the very end that I can't stop thinking about, and I have to know if you can tell me if I get more of this person in Breadwinner, but Ren. I'm low-key obsessed.
Ren's cutie. I loved Ren.
Yeah.
She is so fun. You do get more of Ren in Breadwinner. Yes. So you'll get a little bit more of her backstory. You'll get to know a little bit more about her and how she kind of has intertwined herself with the family. And that's all I'll say on that one. But
That's
Ren's
fine.
cutie. I mean,
I just needed that little bit of,
she's not just going to blip
validation.
and then go away.
Yeah. So I really loved that whole interaction. Ren and Lily together were super cute. So
they're
I'm
so
stoked.
cute, and they're just like fumbly little teenagers, just like, oh, you guys are like these elite athletes, but also your kids. And, like,
Your literal children. Yeah.
Literal children.
Lily was very much more mature than a lot of the adults in some scenes.
Yeah.
So
I like to attribute that to her having gay parents and just be like a lot of feelings talk. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the communication in this book was excellent in general. So yeah,
I love communication. That's such a huge thing. Like, I mean, you guys had mentioned it in the podcast of like my wife and I have this like family meeting thing that like we've always kind of done because like I'm neurodivergent as hell, and like I'm out to lunch most of the days, and like you have to tie me down and hold me down to like get a thought out. And so we started having these meetings to just kind of talk through everything, and I was like, wow, communication makes all the difference in the world. Who knew? But communication, I think, is something that is still hard to find representation of what healthy communication is, especially with queer people. I think sometimes when you get into like fictional spaces, it can be easy to kind of blow things out for the sake of a story. And I really just wanted to try and stay true to like communication is the core of like all relationships, and having characters be able to communicate through some of the hard things and model that, and like especially in like Lily's case of like having learned communication from parents and like seeing that dynamic, like it was a fun thing to explore with the characters.
Yeah. We mentioned this too, but we really enjoyed the fact that for a hot minute, was a little creeped out by Sarah. Not gonna lie. It was like the physical, like the hand on the thigh under the table, and I was like, is she gonna be a creep? I really don't want her to be a creep.
And I didn't feel that way at all, because I was like, creep? No.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just like comfort.
I was like, I
comfort.
need to like her because of how well she wears a suit, I feel like. And so I really needed to keep liking her, so thank you for not ruining that.
I didn't get the creep factor at all. I just thought that she was like, they both were kind of like wishy-washy about whether or not they wanted to get back together.
True, yeah.
So like those boundaries were already blurred.
There was no
boundary.
Yeah,
she could touch her leg if she wanted to.
Yeah.
Or like it was comfort. It was like going back to the same old like when they
I mean,
used to be
totally
together.
got it. I'm just saying.
I was waiting for her to be toxic though. I really was waiting for her to be like that toxic, like, of course you're dating her.
I will say, Dee, there was a version of a chapter where Alexa was like, you gotta tone it down. Like, she's getting weird, she's getting creepy, and you can't have that.
Because you said Alexa, like, fought for her to not be a villain, which I appreciate.
Yeah, so that was unexpected, because in planning, like, as I'm thinking about kind of the story and everything, like, I'm letting the characters reveal themselves to me, and, like, I like Sarah, and, like, I like Sarah's a great character, obviously. I liked her so much, I wrote her another book. Yeah. And, like, it was just like, I wasn't sure what her journey was. Like, Alexa's like, she's amazing. What are you doing? I was like, okay. I'll bring her in more. Like, let's go.
Like, she might be type A, and she might be like all of these things, but she's amazing,
and
there's nothing wrong with her.
Everyone else in that, like, combined family group needs a type A, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think she is definitely needed in that whole situation, for sure.
For sure.
No, I really enjoyed, like, fleshing out Sarah as a character. Like, she's a very complicated person, and you'll learn more about her in Breadwinner, and, like, you only get a glimpse of her actions through the lens of Beth in Balancing Act, and I think that's part of the uniqueness of the story is, like, as you're moving through, you're shifting perspectives of who you're getting to see and whose brain you're getting a look into, and I think that adds to a little bit of the understanding of just how everything came to be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For sure. We've been talking about this, like everyone knows, but in case you don't, Breadwinner is the second book in the Soulmates series.
Right.
And I do believe, according to social media, you are working on book number 3.
That's amazing.
Book 3 is done. It's done. It's in editing right now, and my editor is going through it with a fine-tooth comb. So that's cool. So that's coming. I don't have an official date yet, but you can hear it first here. Early summer is the tentative timeline. We're still finessing like dates and everything, but yeah, everything's in the works.
That's awesome. So do we meet the main characters for the third book in Breadwinner, or have we already met them, or can you tell us any?
We've already met the main characters.
Okay.
And I will say that for the Soulmates series is that by the end of whatever book you're on, you've already met who comes next. And so that's something.
Okay.
Okay. I have a guess. Anyway,
we won't guess.
We'll talk about that later. So are we done? Do we have more potentially? Are we a trilogy? Are we going farther?
We're going further. It goes past a trilogy. There's a fourth book that the first chapter is being written currently, because I do like to slide a little sneak peek at the end of the book.
That's amazing.
So you'll get the first chapter of book 4 at the end of book 3. Don't know a time frame on that one yet. We're still noodling on that one, but there is a fourth and there is a fifth book planned.
That's amazing.
So
like,
excited.
I feel like you just fall in love with these characters and they just like continue to like, I feel like you can't just get them out of your brain, right? Like there's no end in sight.
Yeah.
We're going to keep doing this for like,
okay.
Yeah.
And I do think that makes sense. Like with Sarah, I want to know more about her by the end of that
And
book.
she was so supportive and wonderful and like nice and
fantastic. I need a Sarah in my life.
Yeah, but then she needs hers too. That's what I mean. I said that she needs to get hers.
She
too.
needs
like,
to get hers too, because she was so supportive of Beth. Like, let's get her a happy ending. So I'm very excited about Breadwinner and apparently the rest of this. I'm in.
Yeah.
I do have to ask, how does Midge feel about how the series is progressing?
So he was like really involved, and for anyone who doesn't, Midge is my cat. He is the only man that I've ever loved. He's actually right off camera here. He doesn't want to look at me right now. He's
I just love the photos that get posted of you like on the couch writing, and Midge is like just right there.
Oh, he is in my business. If there's business, he's inside of it. But no, he was super involved in the beginning, and then he kind of got bored, and he just like slacked off, and now he just like says he's like supervising, and I don't know what that means, and he's not giving me a formal definition, so we'll just roll with it. Yeah. But it does involve skin to skin contact while writing.
Yeah, love that. Well, I mean, that's just for your own like anxiety. He's there for your
emotional support.
Yeah, emotional support.
Yeah.
You have more pets. It's not just Midge, and I know you have a favorite child, and it is obvious to all of the people on social media.
It's so funny. It's so funny though, because like in real life, no one sees Midge. Midge does not socialize with people.
That's so funny.
You come over to the house, you don't see him because he's not coming upstairs to say hi. He is our like least social of the animals, but he loves the camera. And he's definitely a behind the camera. Like he wants to be like on screen only.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, we have 2 other cats and a dog. We have Ryder, who's our border collie, so she is a chief surveillance officer of the family. She watches everything. And then we have Tina, who's our little black cat, little void. And then we have Ruby, who's like a little torby shell cat, and she's very spicy and very sweet, and you don't know which one you're going to get until you're petting her, and you're like, oh, hi.
I love that. I've always
fantastic.
said that I'm a dog person, but we have 2 cats now, and I feel like with
she's a cat
age,
person.
I'm getting there.
Yeah,
I know. I've always said like I'm not a cat person. I don't want a cat, and now if I had to choose, it would not be my dogs. Not even close.
I can attest to that.
I feel like with age, I'm just like cats are just so much more like chill. Like there's not as it's not like having a toddler. It's like having a teenager.
Yeah.
And I vibe with that because I already have a kid and I don't need animals to like need things from me.
My mind was blown the first time, like, because she and I got Ruby together, and that was the first cat I'd ever interacted with. I've like, my friends had cats growing up, and I'm allergic to cats, so I was like, I don't mess with that. So I like grew up with dogs. I had gotten our dog Ryder before Alexa and I met, so Ryder is a part of my package gift to our current family.
I have one of those too.
The free gift with purchase. Got it.
Yeah.
With purchase. And so Alexa and I got the cat together because Alexa was just like, oh, like I really like cats, but like if the dog won't work with it, it's totally fine. Little did I know, I married the world's biggest cat person, and no one told me this, and her mom was just like, oh yeah, like she loves cats, and I was like, what does that mean? And I quickly learned what that means, and now we have 3 cats. That's how that one goes. But no, I loved it. The first time she showed me that like litter training a cat is you just show them where the litter box is, and I'm like, what is this? Because I had to take that animal, the dog, the animal.
Yeah.
I had to take that animal outside at like 3 a.m. for months straight. And like, you're telling me all you had to do was show this tiny, small tiger, the like litter box.
Yeah.
Like, that's where you go to the bathroom. And she's like, yeah. I was like,
I know. It's amazing.
They're so easy. Yeah. My wife is very allergic, so sadly they are not. And that's something she's very sad about because we would have cats. Yeah, we had to push our dog in and out of the doggy door multiple times. To like teach it. No, it's Harper. Yeah. Yeah. We have a 16-year-old Dotson Yorkie mix who is the supervisor of the household. When I work from home, and so when I go into my home office, she follows me in there. She has her desk, which is just the dog bed that's in my office, and she lays there and supervises me all day. So, and by supervise, I mean she snores very loudly while I'm on calls, but she's in charge, and everyone knows it. So.
Midge is a snorer too, except his snores are like these like tiny little dainty things. I was like, oh, you're not even trying. Like, come on.
You can do better.
Give me more.
You can do better.
Okay, so writing process, you just are gifted with these beautiful ideas, but we've all seen your Post-it walls on social media. So is that like you storyboarding in your mind or chapter, you know?
Yeah, I love Post-its. It's funny, I was just talking to my mom earlier today about my birthday's coming up. She's like, I assume you want office supplies for your birthday. I was like, absolutely. I'll send you the list of the Post-it notes.
I knew we were going to get along.
Yeah. She works for a pencil company, so.
Yeah. Oh my God. We're going to need to side quest that conversation. Because I have
we'll revisit that.
No, it is my storyboarding process. I am a very visual thinker. So for me, a lot of like building a story, I kind of need to see all the parts at once to kind of build the whole thing. And so I start out by just kind of like breaking out like each chapter, and then I just brain dump of like, here's everything that I think needs to happen in this chapter, and then I'll just stick it on the wall, and then I kind of go through and like move things around or pull things out and be like, oh, we're not going to go with that idea. It goes in the idea graveyard, and then slowly that all becomes the pieces of the story, and then I kind of go and fill in the blanks. So it's kind of just like my way of thinking through all of the swirl that a story starts as before it becomes the linear journey that you experience.
So it's not necessarily chronological. It's just like, I know that this needs to happen.
At first, it definitely starts out as just like, let's just take everything that's floating around up here. It's busy up there. And let's just put it on a Post-it note and see what happens. And then organizing. So I'm actually about to start working on a book for a new series that I'm starting. And I'm about to start doing like my character ideation around it. So starting to think about who these characters are. So I'll go in and brain dump of like, what is this person's favorite color? Like, what's their star sign? Like, what are their personality traits? Or like, what is like that weird story they have when they're 8 that they still think about? And like kind of start building out like what makes the person a person. And like that helps me get to kind of know them and then build the story bits around them.
I love that.
Those are my favorite things about characters and about character creation is finding those like really weird things that may not ever come to light for a reader, but you have them so that you can make this like a full person. So I love that so much. For the characters, since you are a visual person like that, do you have like Pinterest boards? Do you keep like inspiration for like, you know, what they look like and settings and things like that?
Oh yeah, I've got Pinterest boards on Pinterest boards of just everything. I have like outfits someone would wear in a whole week of like, this is a Sunday outfit and this is a Monday outfit.
I love that. That's the kind of stuff that I would love to like scroll. You should have a Patreon, and I would pay for.
I would pay just to see your Pinterest.
You know, to like have it as like a or like give like a little
just
booklet.
Put that on. Get you a Post-it,
or like a little booklet that I could like side like buy with each book. Like this is all the Pinterest.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I have right here. I'm like, let me just write that down.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that would be cool though, like behind the scenes. But for your book, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I got a ton of that, and then when I'm done with writing a book, the Post-it note wall becomes part of my like little book scrapbook where I take all the Post-it notes and I put them into a notebook. So I have like the whole initial like ideation of balancing act in a notebook. So I can go through and be like, leaf through and be like, that one is wild because I would only say maybe like 25% of what I originally ideated for the book made it into the book because again, I didn't know how to write a book when I started writing that book. And there's a lot of nuances and you can't put everything in the book or else it gets way too long and you're just like, oh, this is now more complex. But it's cool to have that as an artifact to go back and look at where everything started and how ideas have kind of like morphed from one thing into another and how we got to where the Soulmates series currently is.
That's awesome. I definitely am like a keeper of things, of ephemera. So that I like that idea a lot. So
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I call myself like a little physical documentarian. Like I really like just like collecting little tidbits and things, and like I like collaging and like all like little scrapbooks. Like I have like tons of scrapbooks from over the years of just like these are my little trinkets and nuggets of information I've collected.
Oh yeah, I do that too. I have one specifically for when I travel. So, like, I'll collect receipts and, like,
I love how organized y'all are. I have a memory bin that I just chunk things in, and then sometimes when I feel like I want to go stroll down memory lane, I'll just dig things out.
We're so alike in so many ways, and then so not alike in so many ways. That just made my eye twitch.
I'll show it to you later if you really want to.
Because I also have bins, but they're, like, somewhat organized bins.
Those are, like, I have to-do bins, though. Like, you'll do something with them eventually.
I'm keeping things,
a cool paper bin where it's, like, all of these papers are cool, and one day I'll do something with them, so they all go in the same container. But it's
if you're like me though, you're never going to do anything, but you're going to keep those papers, because I have the same thing too. I'm like, these are really cool, and I will eventually find a reason to keep them. Yeah.
I had the satisfaction the other day of using something that I told Alexa like 5 years ago that I was gonna like use one day, and I was like, the day has finally come. We're here. I can use it. It was the perfect thing for what I needed it for. I was like,
oh my gosh. That's my favorite moment when that happens with Michelle, with my wife. She's like, we don't need all of this. And I was like, we will.
We will need it.
You will need me to do a craft project for you, because she is notorious for volunteering to do things that require making things. And she doesn't like making things, which means I get to make things. So, yeah. Speaking of making things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your printmaking, because completely off topic of books, but also still extremely cool and creation relevant. How did that begin? How long have you been doing it? Just tell me all the things.
Oh, okay. So I'm like actually pretty much still fairly new at printmaking with like the block cutting, the lino block prints. That's relatively new. I kind of bought myself like a little tester kit last year, forgot about it in true ADHD fashion, put it to the side, forgot about it for 6 months, and picked it. I was like, oh, like let's explore this. And like I had done it a couple times before as like art school and like art classes in high school and things, and we made like those stupid like rubber eraser stamps where we all just carved them out of the pink erasers. And that was actually how I first started getting into it. So I made a little print for Balancing Act where each like eraser is a motif from the book, and then I was just like, well, this is fun. I enjoyed that. Like, who doesn't enjoy like just methodically carving things? Like, that's cool. And then kind of just started making more stuff, and I've been having a lot of fun exploring with it. Like I said, very visual person. I like exploring through creating, and it's been a fun way to add some whimsy to weird times that we're currently living in, and just like taking it back to like the physicality of like making something with your hands, and just like the grounding practice that is for me. I find it very like recharging. My whole space down here, like I'm in a basement, so like I like being underground, and so I'm like, I'm grounding myself underground, like I'm basically a mole person, like let's go. Just the art has been really fun way of just sharing that creativity and like spreading that joy a little bit.
Well, they're amazing. I would have thought that you had been doing it a lot longer than that, because they look fantastic.
They're so great.
Started printmaking when I was in college, and then picked it back up a few years ago and did some print exchanges and everything. And I just loved, it was almost meditative for me, like the art of actually printing them, because you just kind of have to get like in a production line kind of vibe. And so, yeah, I loved it. The most recent one you did, though, the playing card one, oh, I've never wanted to throw up about missing something so much in my life.
Oh, you don't have to throw it, because one's going to be in the mail. I have to send yours out, Haley, so you reach out about it. So I'm sending you guys both one. You're getting one. Don't worry.
I'm so excited.
On the episode, I was like, little does she know I'm coming through. One of these up here is actually for you.
I'm so red right now. My face just got so hot. Thank you.
I'm stoked. So I got the first one. I'm stoked about this one. I was bummed. I like set a timer on my phone.
It's
like every
in all my planners. It's in my phone. I'm not missing another one
again. Yeah. And I'm going to put them up probably in the podcast room.
Yeah. We need some.
I'm definitely trying to get more organized with the timing of when they come out, so people can plan a little bit better. Alexa did point out to me that it's been kind of haphazard. It's like, oh yeah, let me just like add a little bit of layer of like actual planning here and do that. The idea to do it kind of like on a monthly club basis was more impulsive on my end than anything, because I got really excited to share the art, and I was like, I want everybody to enjoy it. And I was like, wait, maybe I could do this for like a month for an entire year, like do one print a month. And I like the challenge for myself, and I'm working on the March design currently, so that'll be fun.
That's
love
awesome.
it.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
We only do one episode a month, and that's because I don't think that I could, like, I have ADHD, and I don't think that I could. She has to ground me, and she has ADHD too, and so I'm just like, let's just do it. It's great. We could do one a week. We could do one a week.
She is
it's
the
fine.
queen of
and then,
ideas, and I'm the queen of let's figure out how we can actually make that a thing that happens.
it's valid.
That's why we work well together. So the pre-making thing I totally nerded out about. So keep that up. You're doing fantastic.
It's so
I would have
great.
guessed years, not months. So
I'm running into this funny thing, and I was talking to my wife about it. It was like, I have so many ideas, and I'm like, I just don't have time to execute all of the ideas that live up here. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be a fun year, and I have to pace myself and remember to, like, it's a joyful process, and it's not about how much you can get out. It's about more of, like, the joy of creating and the joy of sharing art.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yes.
I take that in my books, too, is, like, it's the joy of telling the story and the joy of, like, giving representation and visibility in, like, times where that is, like, super necessary still.
yeah.
Oof. I really loved, we'll circle back around to the book, but I really liked the organization that Jamie became a part of at the end and focusing on that, because I think, again, current times, investing in women's sports and women being paid what they should be paid, and athletes in general getting support on what to do after they can no longer play that sport, I think is a huge thing, and it's very relevant right now. So I thought that was very awesome that was included and brought up in the book. So
Yeah.
I've always found that, like, such an interesting thing, and I think a big part of that was watching the U.S. women's national team players, like, really push for equal play in soccer, and, like, having platforms and being so vocal. So, like, the work Megan Rapinoe's done and Alex Morgan and that whole crew, like, they've pushed and they've made a difference, and, like, it's a small difference and it deserves to be a much bigger difference, and we're still working towards that. But I think the more attention gets brought to the matter and the more people are showing up for women's sports in any capacity, like, that's never a bad thing.
Yeah.
And it's been so cool to see, like, the WNBA take off in the way that it has. And, like, we always knew, like, the fans of the sport always knew that it was so good and it was amazing. And it's just like, why don't more people watch this? And it's like, because it hasn't had the eyes of the people who have the money, unfortunately. And, like, now it's getting those eyes, and, like, the athletes are getting the recognition. And I think it's really cool to see even just, like, women's rugby take off and have an actual season, an actual league. And now we're getting women's baseball and, like, hockey. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, 9-year-old me is like, this is so exciting.
Yeah. I know. I was like, 9-year-old me is like, I could have played hockey? That was a thing?
Okay.
I would have loved to have played hockey.
Because I'm new to the Midwest, like, hockey is, like, obviously very prevalent in Midwest culture. And I told Alexis, like, what if I learned how to play hockey? And she's like, have you ever ice skated? I was like, I've ice skated. It's been a while since I've been on skates, but I'm sure I could pick it up. So in my delusional state, I'm going to become a hockey player. We'll see if that ever feels
You'll
right.
have pads too, so, like, falling down is no big deal. It'd be fine.
You can still hurt yourself. Let's
I mean,
figure it out.
obviously,
I would have loved to have played hockey. The ice skating would have been the downfall of me. I did play a little field hockey in college, which is like, I feel like if soccer and hockey had a baby, it's field hockey. And so it was pretty, and I got to live out my dream of being a goalie, because in no matter, whatever sport I played, if there was a goalie option, that was going to be me. So,
yeah. I was a field hockey goalie. I was a soccer goalie.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm not a big runner. I'm not really big into the running.
I was never built for speed. I was built for stability and to stop things from getting past me. Yeah, that's
I am a stable person.
Yes, low center of gravity. I'm not tall. Like, those were the positions I thrived in. So yeah.
Sorry.
That's the first time I've got her that tickled. We can mark that down. It's not even 11 o'clock like it was when we recorded your episode.
Oh, you should put that on your resume.
But I was built for stability.
I was built for stability and not letting things get past me.
Yeah, I will.
Hey, that's a great line. I would endorse that. Yeah.
I did put that I was really good at claw machines on my last resume, and apparently it worked to get the job.
Yeah,
so.
that's a great.
It has nothing to do with claw
skill.
machines, but yeah.
The amount of times I get asked for, like, a fun fact about yourself is like, I don't want to give you anything, though.
Just put that you were built for stability. That's your fun fact from now. That's your fun fact going forward.
Low center of gravity.
So yeah, anything else you want people to know? Anything else that they should check out from you?
Oh, I think one, I've just been like, it's been really cool putting a piece of art out into the world and having it be so like lovingly received and so like lovingly consumed and held by people with such care. And like it takes a lot of vulnerability to make art and to share creativity. And it's been fun to kind of hear the different thoughts on the book and what it's like getting people to think about. And I wanted to write something that like makes people think, and I want the Soulmate series to be a thoughtful exploration of love and what it means to love other people in all sorts of different ways and all sorts of different forms. And I think just as people read through the series, remember to keep an open mind. And we're taught a lot about what love is supposed to look like and how it's supposed to come together and all of these ways that you're supposed to feel, but it's not a universal experience. Like people can experience love in all different ways. And I think sometimes we might close ourselves off to what could be really cool forms of love because it's unfamiliar. And I had a lot of fun exploring that with these characters, and they just like, they mean a lot to me. I'm like, they live in my head, they're my friends. I was like, be nice to them. Like,
yeah. Oh, I get that totally. Yeah. I was like, please like them. Yeah.
Please like them as much as I do, because I think they're really cool and they're really rad. Like,
yeah. And it's romance, so it's happily ever after, but everybody's happily ever after doesn't look the same way.
Yeah.
So, and it's been really fun, reflective of like getting to explore a queer family dynamic too. I had someone reach out who was like surprised that Beth and Sarah had a kid together, and like it wasn't a kid from a marriage with a man. And in my head, I was like, "Oh, I forgot people can do that." Like,
oh yeah, that's an option.
I was like, "Oh, right, I could totally see how you might think that," but like, no, like they made that baby together. Like that's their baby.
Yeah.
And like in my mind, I was like, "Oh, right, that's how kids come to be sometimes." And like, just like, wow, cool. So the family building aspect of it has been a cool exploration as well.
Yeah, I really liked that. It's just this big blended family. Like, I really appreciated that a lot, because I do think that a lot of times, not really alternative, but for lack of a better word, family structures aren't represented a lot. And like we touched on a little bit, if there is some sort of like split between two parents, it's never usually portrayed positively.
As supportive or loving at all. And the fact that Sarah and Beth still love each other, they just aren't in love with each other anymore, and they still love Lily, and that's their focus, and they're still a family regardless of what that looks like. Like, that's so hopeful.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And I think, for one, I love queer literature for many reasons, as most people do. But I never had that representation in media when I was growing up. And especially in written, like in books and things like that. I remember walking through bookstores for hours trying to find something, and it just wasn't there. And to see myself personally represented for the first time in a book was huge. And so I think not just about, for queer kids to read queer literature, but kids who are from households where their parents may not be together, or it's a blended household or something like that. I think seeing that too is very important. Yeah.
I love the idea of like, because I'm married to a woman and we had a daughter together, and I love the idea that when she is old enough to read romances, like her family, there's going to be so much more. It's just so much more progressive now. Like there's going to be so much media for her growing up to see her family just like everybody else. Like, I mean, it's insane. We've come so far, and I appreciate it. Like, and thank you so much. It's so great.
Yes, thank you for being part of that. And putting that out in the world. So,
any excuse to share my inner thoughts with everybody, be like, let's go.
Maybe put that down as a Patreon idea too. It's just like a stream of consciousness of all the things that don't make it into a book.
Once a week, you get a voice recording from me. Here
and
you go.
It's just like
I'm signing up.
I mean, I'm here for it.
You've got my money already.
You know whose I would sign up for? If Alexa, my wife, ever did one, I would totally, like, I get her inner thoughts for free because I'm married to her, but, like, it's interesting.
We were just watching her have the breakdown
about the epilogue in the third book, and she was like, I didn't cry in the first book, and I didn't cry in the second book, but I'm weeping.
She's been a great litmus test. I love it because, like, obviously I know her. I know how to get her to cry. I know the things that set her off. It's small children singing in a choir is the number one if I want to have fast.
Very specific. I like it.
Very specific, yeah. But, like, I was just like, okay, I'm going to give it. I need to see how you react to this. And she's like, what did you do?
Why did you do this?
So does everyone have
all
those like
of it-
weird little tiny quirks that make them cry, or is it just me and Alexa? Because mine's those coming home, military coming home compilation
that
videos.
gets me too.
Yeah, I'll cry.
I don't know, Humane Society videos. It really depends on the time of the month, honestly. I can cry over anything about 2 weeks out of the month.
Mine are definitely like kittens doing something really cute or like
Aw,
something
yeah.
really dumb or like where their brain cells left the body and you're like, oh, sweet baby, no.
When they're just like, I like it when they're like ready to make a big jump, and you can tell they're like really ramping up for it, and they jump, and it's just like.
So a funny midge aside, he used to be really bad at jumping as a kitten. Like he was very like he missed a lot. So now he started doing this thing where he checks first before he jumps. So he'll pop up, he'll check the surface, and then he'll like back up and he'll take his jump. He still misses like 25% of the time, but it's just funny to watch him like do a full check for
Safety first.
Yeah.
I support it, Midge.
Yeah, that's smart.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're here for it. Well, thank you so much for being with us. This has been a blast. We
Absolutely.
had so much fun talking about the book, and now even more fun talking with you. We cannot wait. I gotta get through a couple books I'm currently reading. Breadwinner is definitely in rotation, coming up very soon. And then
pace that feels good to you.
yes, exactly. We talked about that too.
Yeah.
No pressure. Read at whatever pace feels good
Yeah.
for you. Yeah. I'm just so ADHD. I have like 5 books going at one time. I can't just read one thing apparently. So
I don't know how people can do that. Like my brain, I'm like, maybe it's just because I'm like stretched on other like creative things, but like I can only do one story at a time. Like my backlog, my TBR is so long, and I'm like it's getting longer.
Oh yeah, I mean mine's progressively getting longer, but I'm still trying to read. Like I usually have one Kindle book going that's like for something, like a normal like something book, and then I read our books physically, except your book was the first book I read digitally for the podcast, so that was a little stretch. I don't know that, I mean, it worked, and I took lots of notes.
She
and
likes
I did
to take notes in the margins for
man, I love a page flag.
podcast.
So many page
yeah.
flags.
Yeah.
And then
You like color code the notes with your flags.
sometimes I will do it based on what it is. So like plot points, world building, whatever.
Quotes.
But a lot of times I just color coordinate it to the cover of the book.
Because
I
it's
love
pretty.
that. Yeah.
No, I love that. Yes.
Because when I annotate for the podcast, it's different than if I annotate like just for fun. So for the podcast, I literally highlight and mark everything that I might want to come back to for whatever reason. So there's a lot happening. But yeah,
like,
and then
what's your brand of highlighter? What's
I use mild liners, and then there's a Japanese brand. I'll have to message it to you because I don't know off the top of my head. It's kind of like a mild liner in that it has the chisel point on one end and the other point.
Nice.
But it's a little scratchier on the paper. Man, this is getting nerdy. It's a little scratchier on the paper than the mild liner. So sensory-wise, I like it.
I love, thank you so much for that really important note. Like that is the information I need when I get a highlighter review.
Yeah.
And also, do you watch the Japanese Stationery Awards?
Yes. I work for a company that makes the pencils I sell are made in Japan. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, great.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that later. Our listeners are like, what is happening right
You
now?
don't want to plug your pencils real quick?
No, it's good.
I got lost in the sauce. You hit my interest, and I was like, I love
It's fine.
pens.
I am with you all the way. We will continue. I have so much to drop on you.
I do love, like, I'll read one book and then I'll listen to a book. So I can do 2
I have
at a
an
time if
audiobook
I'm
going.
listening and if I'm reading. Because I feel like that's 2 separate things. I don't know. It just works differently in my mind because I don't have to work as hard to listen as I do to read.
I've also added in a second Kindle book a lot of times because I read on the treadmill at the gym in the morning.
Yeah.
And most of the time I like to read the most unhinged smut that I can find while I'm on this treadmill for some reason. So if you go to the same Planet Fitness I do, don't read over my shoulder. But I don't know why that's the books that work best for me while I'm working out. So.
I love it. Can we give a quick shout out to the audiobook narrators though, because they do like a lion's share of the work. Like I was lucky enough to get to work with Quinn Riley for Balancing Act, and she was amazing.
She was so great. I listened to it, and I was gonna ask, is she gonna narrate the whole series? Have you decided? Are you thinking about it?
I mean, it's not official yet, but I think I could probably tell you now. It's pretty known. Gwen will be doing this.
Okay, good. Because I like her voice for Sarah is Sarah's voice. You can't have a new one. You can't have a new one. Yeah.
It's like when people change, it's like when that actress from Roseanne just turned into a different actress one day, and you're like, who is this person?
No,
that's not you.
Yeah. Becky or whatever her name was is like completely different Becky.
Excuse me, no.
Yeah.
Great. I love Quinn Riley.
And we were just talking about this. She let me listen to snippets of it, and I love it. We were actually talking before you hopped on about how audiobook narrators can make or break a book.
100%. Yeah.
And so, but they do the work for sure.
It's a one-person play, and I still am like, Quinn, ma'am, like you knocked it out of the park. Like, this is amazing, and like you've gifted this to us on a silver platter, and it's like they're incredible. They do so much for the genre, and like I'm like, I could never.
I love that they're getting more. Like, I see a lot of TikToks of them promoting themselves and like showing their process. We've talked a lot about how I don't know how like interesting it is to think about them like in a booth reading just the smuttiest of things, and like having to kind of vocally act that out.
Yeah.
And then just like you're walking out of the booth and like going to get a turkey sandwich for lunch. Like it's just, that's their job, literally. But
I love it.
Yeah.
I imagine each narrator probably feels a little bit differently about that, or has their own way of like feeling. And I don't know. Like I said, they're the unsung heroes. I was like, y'all are doing an amazing job. Like it was truly phenomenal to work with Quinn. She's a dream. She's so sweet and like just amazing storyteller.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, definitely shout out, because they do the hard work, and Quinn did an excellent job.
Spectacular. I enjoyed it.
Fantastic. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This is super fun. We'll go have some side chats about some stationery in a little bit.
Everyone's going on the side tangent.
But thank you so much again. It was a blast, and we will talk to you soon.